Beautiful job. Give it up for Carnage and Karma. Great examples of motion control technology. Boys, take a bow. You've earned it. Nice job. You guys got any more moves for us today? I think you do. Let's see some of them, huh? There they go. Feel free to dance along. These guys like to get down and boogie. Great thing about motion control technology, like you just saw with Carnage and Karma, is that we get the precise direction we want as many times as we want. Here's the best part though, they don't have to memorize any lines of dialogue, they don't have to question their motivation, they just hit their marks every single time. It works like a charm. They're real top-notch professional actors right there. We love working with them. But we're going to exit the special effects stage right now and move on to take you to a nice little island off the coast of Costa Rica. In fact, I think many of you have actually heard of this island before.
To Jurassic Park.
That's right, we're going to take you right past one of the set pieces and picture cars from the Jurassic Park film series. One of the first things you may notice in this next area on the left-hand side is a rather large cage. Now this cage may look metal, but believe it or not, it's actually wood painted to look like it's metal. Our set designers do a great job making it look like the real deal, though. It had me convinced the first time. I thought that was a legitimate metal cage right there. Here on the right, you'll see this boat that was used in Jurassic Park 3. And going back to the left, you'll be able to see the mobile lab from the Lost World Jurassic Park, from that exciting scene where the T-Rex was trying to knock it off the cliff with our actors still trapped inside, Jeff Goldblum, Julianne Moore, and Vince Vaughn. Now, thankfully, we don't have to worry about any more dinosaur attacks here on the tour. They're all pretty much extinct at this point. The last film premiered back in 2001. That was so many years ago. Those guys are ancient history. They are done for. You don't have to worry about those guys ever again. Well, looks like some of those dinosaurs survived after all. Don't worry, we'll get an intern to round those guys up later, no problem. Now, a lot of visual effects went into creating those dinosaurs, but we also used a lot of weather effects in the Jurassic Park film series. And for different types of weather... Oh, wait a minute. Why am I talking about the weather? We happen to have access to America's favorite weatherman. You know him? You love him? Here's the Today Show's Al Roker.
Hi, everybody. Here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
Okay, Al's giving us a flash flood warning for us here in Old Mexico. Not too sure about that. I haven't seen any rain so far today. You need a lot of rainfall to have a flash flood happen. So I think Al's just a little off on his prediction for the forecast today. We won't give him too hard of a time, though. He's a really, really nice guy. We'll just let... Oh, that's weird. Actually, no, it's not that weird at all. We're creating that rain effect for you. To see how we're doing that, if you look in the center there, on top of that power line, we have a sprinkler system spraying water straight out. The water comes back down to the ground naturally, and bam, instant rain whenever we need it. I think you guys get the gist of how we create rain for film and TV, though, so guys, you can turn off the rain now. Fellas, it's cool, you can turn off the rain. Guys, the rain keeps coming down at this rate. Oh, this is what he meant by that flash flood warning. Got it. Oh, and here it comes now. Everybody hold on tight. Woo! Nice refreshing sea breeze right there. That's the result of thousands of gallons of water being pumped down the hill and recycled all the way back up to the top. And I believe in some of the drinking fountains here at Universal, so enjoy that. Just joking, guys. Welcome to Old Mexico. We filmed some really cool scenes here, like a nice wedding scene for the second season of NBC's Heroes. And you may recognize this next part of Old Mexico that we're entering right now from last year's summer blockbuster smash hit, Paramount Pictures' Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, filmed right here. As a matter of fact, take a look to your right, you'll see this nice little side street. Just imagine that side street as a very busy marketplace with actors Harrison Ford and Shia LaBeouf walking on down that road right there. That's the scene you're looking for in the movie. They're in Peru trying to track down an old friend of theirs and solve the mystery of the crystal skulls. But we're going to say adios to old Mexico and howdy to our next set, which is 6 Points, Texas. A lot of great Western stars moseyed on down these streets like John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Audie Murphy, and Hoot Gibson. In fact, our co-host today, Miss Whoopi Goldberg, got her film career started right here. She filmed scenes from her first movie ever, The Color Purple, right here at 6 Points, Texas.
Did you know that more movies have been shot on these streets than any other spot in the world? Now, during the silent film era, they could shoot up to 6 movies at the same time, one on each one of these 6 streets. That's why it's called 6 Points, because each street had its own bank, its own sheriff's office, its own saloon, and its own hotel. Now, it turns out that this town ain't big enough for both of us. So get on back onto your tram stagecoach thing and get the heck out of here. Go on. Go on.
Okay, we're going to get out of here in just a few seconds. We just want to savor the flavor here at 6 Points. I think there's plenty of room for all of us here. I think we can even invite more people, actually. But I'm not going to argue with Whoopi. We've got to get moving on with the tour anyway. Now, in Western productions, those punches and those barroom fight scenes, they aren't actually connecting, and there are no real bullets in those 6-shooters. It's all an illusion that goes into our Hollywood process. We have so many illusions here in Hollywood, and we have to maintain every single one of them. Because if we don't maintain an illusion, you guys just kind of sit there in the audience and go, yep, that's fake. So take a look to your right, you'll see this interesting illusion right here. This is called Park Lake, this nice little body of water. Believe it or not, it actually doubled as the entire Pacific Ocean for McHale's Navy, a classic TV show from back in the day. The entire ocean, right here in our very own backyard. It comes in so handy for filming scenes in the high seas. But we're not limited to just that option. We can also film some really, really cool underwater scenes, because here on the back lot we have our very own underwater tank. We're going to be passing by in just a few on the left-hand side, but let me give you a little sneak peek of this underwater tank on your monitors. There it is right there. You'll see that it's painted blue on the inside. That way it matches the color of the water more naturally, completes the illusion. Keeps it going right there. The tank was used for this scene from Dragnet, starring Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd. They're diving into that pit right there. It's really just our underwater tank. And I think Tom Hanks has just found something. What do you got there, Tom?
I found the snake!
Whoa! That's a big snake. No. You couldn't, I'm not sure. Steve, how much would it take for you to wrestle that snake? Like, roughly. It's a big snake. It's a really big snake. Like, double overtime, I gotta say. Tom Hanks actually revisited that water tank to film this scene right here from Apollo 13. Yep, that scene where he's walking on the moon was filmed right there in our underwater tank. All we did was make the bottom of the tank look like the surface of the moon, and him walking around in the spacesuit underneath the water simulated the low gravity on the moon very, very nicely. So a scene that was supposed to take place hundreds of thousands of miles away on the moon was right there on the back lot. That tank was also used for some great TV shows like Alias, starring Jennifer Garner, Ghost Whisperer, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt, and some challenges for the game show Fear Factor were done right there as well. You'll also be able to see right here on the right, the reason we call it Park Lake. This patch of grass here on the right can actually double as any park in the world that we want it to be. That's right. It could be New York Central Park, Hyde Park in London, Gorky Park in Russia. All we have to do is take archive footage that was shot on the park location we want to use a little bit of that to help set up the scene. Then we cut to a quick close-up right there on that patch of grass, and there you go. It's that easy. That's all it takes. One of the easiest solutions to create here in Hollywood. And Park Lake has been featured in some other great productions here, like The Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is where the creature would stalk all of its victims. There they are right now on that boat. They're going to get picked off one by this terrifying creature. This is also where Norman Bates would stash all of Mother's victims, put them in the trunks of their own car, and wheel them on down to the lake. But we found out what he was up to, and we found a lot of evidence in the lake. A lot of cars, a lot of bodies. Enough for a conviction, which was good. He was a bit of a threat to anyone staying at the Bates Motel. He's got some issues.